Hello, everyone. Not too bad of a day today. My name is Angie, and I am the program coordinator for the Business Center Guelph-Wellington. We are here today with Helen Bogl. She will be going over QuickBooks. We're going to have a quick chat about the benefits of QuickBooks, and then if anybody has any questions as we're going through this, please add them to the chat. We will get back. I will be monitoring the whole time, so we'll be able to get back to you as we're live. If you have questions after the Facebook stream is done, you can always add them to the chat later. I'll keep monitoring them and we'll end up getting those back to you. I'll get responses to you over the next few days. So Helen, hi, welcome to our live stream. I will let you take it from here, but I am here monitoring all the chats. If you need me, keep going. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. My name is Helen Bogl, and I'm a certified public accountant, and I have been a certified public accountant for a long time, and I've used QuickBooks for a lot of years, and it's one of my favorite accounting programs out there, and it's very easy for you to use and stuff like that. So I just wanted to go through some of the reasons why I think it's one of the better programs for new entrepreneurs to use and small businesses and stuff like that. One of the things that QuickBooks does is that it helps save on time on bookkeeping and stuff like that. Why that is that it helps you to do the double entry. You don't have to do the debit and credit. When you do one of the entries, the behind the scenes, it will help you do the other side of the entry, and it also minimizes some of the errors and stuff like that you can have if you had to do that yourself. So it minimizes that kind of errors. The other thing that QuickBooks handles and saves times, because you can memorize some of the transactions. So let's say you put in a payment for utilities or whatever. When you bring that up the next time, it will remember what you did the last time. And so therefore, you don't have to enter everything again. You just put the date in and change the date and put in the new invoice number and put it, if there's a different amount, put the different amount, and it'll automatically have it set up for you for your HST and those kind of things. Once you've got it entered once, then it's pretty easy to use again, and it helps you save time there. The other thing that it has that I really like is that it has, when you do all these entries, it automatically creates reports for you. So your balance sheet and income statement are already created behind the scenes for you to help you do your reports and stuff like that, cash flows and those kind of things. It has reports that is already set up for you. You can customize those reports by yourself, and through the sessions we have, we can go through some of those things and show you more things on how to do things later on when we do our actual sessions for QuickBooks. The other thing that it's a very affordable program. There are different levels of the program. I like the desktop version better than the online version. I find the desktop version is a lot easier to manipulate than the online version, but the online version has some benefits to it too. But so there is different versions like Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. So Pro is if you have a one user person, like you can have one user or 3 people using some of the programs, or you can have 5 or whatever, depending on the program. And the level of cost goes up depending on how many users you have. So a pro version online, a pro version on desktop is about $33 per month for one user. But if you have payroll added to that for one user, it would be $83 a month plus $2 per pay for that employee. So with payroll added to QuickBooks, it adds to the program. However, with other programs out there, like small business programs, you have to add the payroll, and it always costs a little bit more money. Some programs don't have it, so you have to buy two programs in order to use it. So we can talk more about the costing of QuickBooks later on, but there's different things and stuff like that you can use, and that's kind of tailored to what your needs are, right? So it tailors to what your needs are and what you can afford and those kind of things. And as you grow, you can go up to, like, enterprise is a very expensive program but it's for, like, you're really into your business has really grown and you need it for, let's say, a contractor, and you got to keep all these projects and stuff like that kept track of and stuff like that. So I guess I jumped to the fifth point, expand and grow, because that's basically, you can expand and grow the program as you want it and need it. Like, if you need to add more things, let's say you didn't have inventory at the beginning and you're getting into inventory, you can add that to do that kind of stuff and handle that for your business too. So there's very different options available for you. It also has multi-currency, so you can add different multi-currencies in your program with QuickBooks. So let's say you start off and you're only selling to Canada, so you only need Canadian dollars, but then you get into US, so you can download that multi-currency and be able to do up bills and track that stuff and do their gain and loss on those things for multi-currency, different invoices and sales and even purchases and stuff like that. So that's and you can customize the program to way you need it for your business. Usually when you start with the program, you can use a template that they have. They have retail templates, they have contracting templates, they have not-for-profit templates. You can pull them down and it will automatically set up a chart of accounts for you, but then you need to build it to what your specific business is for and what you're handling in your business. So those are the kind of things that QuickBooks can do there. Communication. It can communicate with all these different programs out there. So Spotify and Pen Pal and MailChimp, HubDoc, and those kind of things. There's so many different applications that you can integrate into QuickBooks, and it can handle those kind of applications too. So that's kind of a more advanced kind of thing, but your QuickBooks people should be able to help you with these kind of things. So the other things, you can do payments online, you can send invoices online and stuff like that through QuickBooks too. So it's a very handy kind of tool that you don't have to print out the checks and send it out in the mail and those kind of things, but you can handle things that some people like the old-fashioned way. You can do both, right? So there is it also can accept credit cards and stuff like that through QuickBooks and stuff like that. And you have to set that up, and there's another setup for those kind of things. And so that there's a lot of different features on QuickBooks that, they have like shortcuts, Control N and those kind of things to do invoices and different aspects to the QuickBooks software. You get your invoices from QuickBooks. You can pay it directly to them too. So it's very easy that the payment method to them. And they send you, when a version of the QuickBooks updates, like it updates usually on a yearly basis, you'll get an email from them and how to download the new upgrade for that software. So there's lots of different things that we'll go through with the sessions that are coming up. It has a really nice menu option to go through the different sections. Like you have a customer section, they have a vendor section, they have a payroll section. It's all on your desktop too. You can click into things that way. So they have various different ways of dealing with getting to where you want to go and need to go for your different applications. If you need to find something, they have a find and buttons too. You can put in, let's say, the invoice number, but you don't know anything else. You can put that invoice number in and find it through your search menus and stuff like that. So there's preferences that you have to set up for different applications, and we'll go through different things as we go through the different levels of customers, invoicing, and those kind of things with the session. But I think that all in all, I'm really happy with the program that QuickBooks. It's been very good. And once you get used to it and are able to manipulate things, it's a great program. And you can, there's help out there with QuickBooks. There's a QuickBook help that will help you. And there's like a chat that with people out there, they can assist you in different things. So I think that for a small business owner, this is one of the better programs that I've used out there. And I've used like Sage, which I don't find is easy to manipulate. I've used Xero, and it's not as good because you have to add payroll to it and stuff like that. So you have to add another program to that. So I find that QuickBooks is one of my favorites, and I used it for a lot of years now, and I'm hoping that you guys will join on and learn more about it and be as liking the program as much as I do when you're finished with all the different sessions and learning. We're leaving the payroll session to the last session because not everybody will want to add payroll to it at the beginning because they don't have employees and stuff like that, but it can be added later on. Whenever you guys need to add it, it can be added. So I think that's all I have for right now.
That's great.
If there's anything that anybody has questions on that I didn't delve into this time, let me know. And it's great that you guys have come today and listened to my love of QuickBooks.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I was going to say, I just looked up online, and even the online version, if you're looking at self-employed right now, it looks like it's on sale right now, but it's as low as like $8 US a month for the online self-employed version. Would that be that would be worthwhile for somebody as a small business owner to even just get their fingers started into it?
They have a 3 months, I think, right now for online versions that you get 50% off for 3 months there. So
that's
wonderful. It is, so, and they always have these kind of things coming up that they have like sales on to get you kind of
Get you
used to
going.
it and using it. So yeah, I have the accountant's version of both the online and the desktop and Premiere version. So I'm a little bit higher up because Pro doesn't have, you can't do as many things with Pro. Premiere, you can do more. And that's the same with the online. You got your lower version that can't do as much. And then you got the higher and the higher, right? So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, so.
We do have a question. Can you sync back and forth between the online and the desktop version? So if they prefer using the desktop version, but I know the online version allows you to like download apps, things like that, that you can send an invoice if you're on the road or something. Do they sync at all, or are they very separate entities?
They are right now, they are very separate that I can see, but as the accountant's version, I can pull in my clients into the online and to the desktop. So they, but you know, maybe that's something that they need to work on in the future, because they always take advice from people that are using it. So
that's great. Well, it means that they can start, maybe recommend if you are on the road. So if you are, so I know a few trades people who use it on the apps, but it means that if you are working with an accountant, you don't have to worry which version your accountant is using, because they would be able to pull it in either way. So we use whichever one is most comfortable with you. I am always personal to liking programs that are online, because I switch between computers and I like to be able to log in at whatever computer I'm working on. So I tend to keep all my stuff virtual, but I completely understand wanting to keep everything on your desktop as well.
yeah, but you can also VPN like into your QuickBooks too. So you can, if let's say you're working from home and you're off, you need to VPN into your office computer to work on QuickBooks, you can do that and stuff like that, even with the desktop. I know that a lot of people are moving towards the online stuff. I even have like the TurboTax that I do desktop, because I find it's easier to manipulate than it is on the online version, because I've tried both of them. But you know, maybe it's I just have to work with it a little bit more, right?
Yeah, well, and it's always that like new learning levels. I also have a question of, is Shopify integrations, so she sees that there's a Shopify integration for QuickBooks. Is that easy to utilize? Do you know any issues that you might be aware of?
I'm not aware of any issues at the moment that there is out there for integrating things. And like QuickBooks people are very helpful and useful if like for doing these kind of things too. So you know, I would like there's a reference material to help you, but if you need help, they'll be there to help with certain things, and like if you need help with those kind of things too. So yeah,
definitely. So that I know Shopify is great. I've known a few businesses that have used both, and their inventory tracking system is pretty cool. So the fact that it links in with QuickBooks, I have had the unpleasure of using Sage through a couple of businesses, and I am totally agree with Helen. It was so difficult. I've found that QuickBooks, it just seems so much more user friendly. I know there are some few other less expensive ones out there that I've seen come up in various communications. I do like to remind people that any of these tools are considered a business expense, so it's not coming out of pocket.
Yeah,
so
it's a total write-off for your program. So like, why wouldn't you utilize something that's going to help you do your accounting? If you're not a bookkeeper or accountant, it's a lot easier to have a software that will help you with those kind of things, right? So
yeah, no, that's exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're if you're still on the line about QuickBooks, let us know. We're always willing to have more conversation. I do like to remind people that it is a business expense and it's scalable. And that's the big thing. If you're just getting into business, even though you're small right now, doesn't mean you're going to be small forever. And there's nothing worse than having to transfer all your books and all your accounting and all your programs to something that's scalable for you. I hate transferring things from one program to another.
And just so you know that QuickBooks, you can upload lists and those kind of things into it too, from like Excel and stuff. And you can download like your stuff into Excel. So let's say you want to, and it has a budget version too, like you can create a budget each year too. But you can download this information and do manipulations and analysis and stuff that you need to do on top of what QuickBooks has there. So there's uploading and downloading that occur with QuickBooks too. So
that's great. I'm a big reports builder. So in my past life as an executive assistant, I have pulled many reports out of things. For QuickBooks, you can do invoicing directly through QuickBooks, right? You don't have to create your own invoices and
no, you can,
upload everything.
The invoices is directly through QuickBooks, and you can do like POs too, and then you can do estimates, and the POs and estimates aren't posted until you pull it into the invoice. So you can, what you set up there, you can pull it into the invoice and not have to redo it all again. And then once it's posted and saved, then you can email it or however you method that you want to do with that invoice to the customer vendor. So yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I know I'm still old-fashioned my own business where I do everything by Excel and PDFs, but it's something that I've been considering myself moving to that space.
And with like even with payroll, like you can you could send the pay stub to them to their email, and it's actually it's got a password on it, password protection, so that people can't open it and stuff like that. And you can directly file your ROE and your T4s and those kind of things to Revenue Canada through QuickBooks too. So it's a very good software program. Has a lot of different applications to it. And it's very useful for a lot of things that I found. So
yeah, I have another question of when using QuickBooks, can customers pay with credit cards automatically through the program?
You have to have your bank account linked to it in order for that to occur. So it's hard to explain until I kind of show you these kind of things, right?
But
so,
it is doable though. It just requires a setup in the background.
Yeah, set up in the background.
Perfect. Well, that's not so bad. Like if it just requires some setup, then that just means that it's not a no, and that's the big thing. Like I've known a few places that, but I've also seen through online that you can link in Square, you can link in PayPal, you can link in Stripe. So if you are using any of those card services, they can pull that information right into QuickBooks.
Exactly. And then that information is like with Square, is already set up to go directly into your bank account. And so then that information from that, you don't have to do the entry into QuickBooks. So it does save a lot of times in that regard. So
perfect. Somebody else asked that they're using Moneris through RBC. So I believe that Moneris is also integratable. I don't see.
Yes.
It's a fairly popular, it's a pretty popular program.
Yeah, it is a very popular program. So
yeah. So that's
There's a
great.
lot of apps out there that QuickBooks, well, you're able to kind of integrate into QuickBooks and stuff like that. So
Wonderful.
we had like ADP, which is a payroll system. You can integrate the program to in order to have and not do the journal entry, that it automatically comes in, and you can have like different uh, like let's say Square, and so when the transaction comes through, you have it integrated and it automatically pulls the data when you say that you want the data to be pulled. So this is kind of getting into a lot of the complicated areas of setup, right? So,
But that's okay. It means that it's doable, and that's the main thing, is that to understand that whether you're setting it up yourself or having somebody else help you with the setup, these are things that can be done.
yeah.
And just so everyone knows, we will be joined by Helen in a few weeks for our 5-week QuickBooks training program. So if this is something that you're interested in and something that you're looking to actually get training on, I'll put the link in the chats here and in the Facebook group, and it'll be in, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description. But you can sign up for our 5 weeks. There is fee associated with it, but you'll get a lot of information out of a 5-week program. And we'll walk you through everything. We're going to walk you through individually, right? Like with a small group, very limited space to the program, how to get it set up. So I think like even
how to do invoices, how to do your inventory, how to do your reports, how to do your sales tax remittances and stuff like that, and how we pull the information. So there's lots of good stuff that we can walk you through with this new.
This new workshop. So this is great because so anybody who's watching, highly recommend registering if you have a chance. All the QuickBooks training workshops will be recorded so that you can review them afterwards. So it's only going out to the people who've registered. So if you don't register, you won't be able to take that training. We'll be offering it again in the future. So if you aren't able to make this one, please let us know if you do want to come to the next one. So I think that's most of the questions I've seen so far. If you are watching on Facebook, please do connect with us, success@guelphbusiness.com. If you have any questions for me, for Helen, about the program, about the upcoming training sessions, anything, and we can get those dealt with. For anybody who's in the room today, in our live Zoom room, please stick around for a few minutes and we'll have a private little chat afterwards so we can go over any other questions you have if you didn't want to ask them out loud. And Helen, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there any final thoughts that you want to get out before we say goodbye to everyone?
No, I don't have anything final thoughts. I just thought, it's a great program, and it's something that's worthwhile. And as you go and grow, it's will help you grow in your business. So and not have to start from scratch again. So it's good to start off with something. Right.
Yeah, definitely. Start something that can expand as you expand. And even if you are an existing business owner, this training program will go into things you might, it's that whole idea of you don't know what you don't know. So there might be parts of QuickBooks that you haven't been utilizing as fully. So I do highly recommend, if you can come, we'd love to have you. So thank you, Helen. Thank you, everyone. And until next week for our next Facebook Live. I believe next week's session is on, I'm always behind. It's on visibility for online programs. So if you are looking to do any kind of virtual events, workshops, even just having a conversation, it's about how to work with your visibility. So that'll be an exciting one next week too. So we'll see you all next Wednesday at noon. Have a great week, guys.